The one with Rachel's going away party, even just the title is so emotional. We are 3 episodes away from the end, including this episode, and well, actually, this is the first time in a long time that I've seen this episode. This is the 16th episode of season 10 of Friends. It's directed by Gary Halvorson, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. And in a way, season 10 is by far the strongest season of Friends, but at the same time, I think it's the one I've spent the least time with. Certainly the last few episodes I've only seen a few times. The last episode I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm dreading it. Really, really dreading it. But we'll get to that eventually in the next 2 weeks. I will go through things chronologically. I feel like at the moment things are all just so interconnected, it makes sense to go through things chronologically rather than talking about each character as part of the narrative. And this one starts off quickly establishing that Rachel is leaving very soon. Chandler jokes that he lost her passport. It's comedy, but it's heartache at the same time. We learn that Erica is due in 3 weeks and she's in New York before it's too late for her to travel. And Chandler is in the other room. He's supposed to be packing because also he and Monica are leaving quite soon. But they're busy wrapping Joey's head in bubble wrap and punching him. And then Chandler finds some furry handcuffs. And we get quite a mystery of whose handcuffs they were, because Chandler has no recollection of ever using them with Monica, and I'd be willing to bet, I'd say almost nobody guessed who they belonged to. I think maybe somebody, at least one person, worked it out, but I'd love to know if you remember watching this for the first time. Did you work it out? I don't remember watching this for the first time, but I'm pretty confident I definitely didn't. And then Rachel comes over. Finally, she's allowing herself to get emotional about leaving. And she starts to say goodbye to everybody one by one. She says goodbye to Phoebe. Phoebe gives her a swab with her saliva because it's Phoebe. And then Monica finds the handcuffs on her pillow where Chandler put them, and she confirms that they aren't hers. The mystery continues, and I think the pacing of this mystery was really well executed, not just in its own, but also it gave us, as viewers, something else to think about, because otherwise, all things considered, it's quite a miserable episode. It's very, very well done, and there is definitely comedy, but the handcuff mystery gives us a bit of relief in between the heavier, more emotional scenes. Then it's time to say goodbye to Monica, and I think that's the point when I couldn't hold it together after that point. It's difficult to talk about. It's really, really emotional and just so well done. We get some comedy there. They're both so emotional, they can't make any sense of what the other person is saying. It's good fun, but again, for me, that's when I started crying with this episode. Then we learn the handcuffs didn't belong to Rachel or Phoebe, both of whom have stayed there, of course. And then we say goodbye to Chandler. And I feel like we're saying goodbye to the characters as viewers. We're allowing Rachel to have that one-on-one time, but it's also allowing us to focus on each of these characters. We're going to be saying goodbye to them in just a couple of episodes' time, and it's perfectly done, but it's really, really brutal. And then Rachel leaves without saying goodbye to Ross. And he goes to Rachel and he basically rages at her. He is so annoyed that she didn't even give him the courtesy of a goodbye. And it's very clear that he has kept so much emotion in. As we know, he's kept this secret of how he really feels. And he just unleashes. And it's really difficult to watch. Great performance from David Schwimmer. Very, very believable. But definitely challenging to watch. And then Erica goes into labour. The babies are coming soon. And then Rachel goes to Ross and she confesses to him that the reason she didn't say goodbye one-on-one is because it's too hard. And she says to him, and I quote, "It's because you mean more to me," referring to how much the others mean to her. And he kisses her. And then she kisses him. And their timing absolutely sucks. Not for the first time, Ross and Rachel's timing collectively just completely sucks. But it was a very strong, beautiful moment. And then the episode ends with Phoebe shoving packing peanuts down Joey's trousers. And then she knees him, and it's established the packing peanuts don't provide a lot of protection. So I like that we're ending on comedy there. I like that it's good fun. But there's also this realisation that in 2 episodes' time, that's it. No more random funny moments with Joey and Phoebe. And I don't know if the TV show Joey had been announced at this point. I have no recollection of any of that, but certainly watching this is brutal, and I haven't seen this episode in a long time. It's the first time. Oh, I forgot to mention the handcuffs. I absolutely forgot to mention the handcuffs. I don't know why I didn't put this in my notes, but it turns out the handcuffs were Monica's grandmother's. As I said, maybe somebody could work that out because we know it was her grandmother, so it's not impossible that somebody would have come to that conclusion, but I would be very surprised if many people did. As I said, I have no recollection of watching this for the first time. I have seen this one multiple times, but as I said, the very last episode, I feel like I've seen it more than once all of the way through. I've certainly seen clips from it multiple times because it's often shown in compilations and TV talk shows that look at the show and they have guests on and then they'll play the last scene because apparently they like to make us cry. But I don't think I've seen it from start to finish, potentially in decades. And I'm not looking forward to it. So we'll get there when we get there, but we have the penultimate episode first. And for now, I can sum up this episode by saying the one with Rachel's going away party is incredibly emotional, but they did a good job of putting in some lighter moments there without taking away from the seriousness and of the heaviness of the situation. But the handcuff mystery was a great thing to include. Ross and Rachel, timing sucks. Ultimately, it's a solid episode, but I imagine it will be a very long time before I watch it again.